Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to do the Smoky Mountain Forktail. This fly was re-brought back to my attention by looking at one of my favorite blogs called Small Stream Reflections that Alan put together. Unfortunately, Alan has passed away, and he was inspired by this fly from this picture that he saw on a visit down to the Smoky Mountains in Appalachia. So we're going to tie the fly now. I'm going to use a dry fly hook, size 14. Rusty brown thread, and the tail and wings are biots. So these are a brownish colored biot. I'm going to use a scruffy dubbing in muskrat in sort of a rusty color as well. And the hackle is going to be a mix of brown and like a Cree leaning hackle cape I have. Alan on his blog found this fly super cool, and he did a couple blog posts on it. And of course, being a brook trout fan and a small stream lover, he worked it on both small brook trout streams, but also some wild brown trout streams. And he was from Connecticut, so up here in the Northeast, and had wild success with it, and had a lot of fun with it. I'll put some links to his blog posts, which even though he's passed away, the blog is still available and up online, and provide some great reading for those of you that might be interested. He did all kinds of different variations. I don't know that there was a specific coloring pattern or mix of dubbing that was essential for this fly. You might remember seeing in the picture that it was clearly sort of a mix of grizzly and brown, that kind of classic combo. And so I just decided to play with it a little bit and go with the Korean brown and this sort of like rusty brown leaning. So you put the biots on there in a forked pattern, and it looked like in the picture that they were kind of on top of the hook and onto the side, so I went with that. I've since tied it now where I put a little dubbing ball, a tiny little dubbing ball back there, which helps kind of splay the two biots out. But in this case I didn't do that, so not essential, but does make it a little bit easier. The biots are a bit finicky to play with, so having that little dubbing ball there might be easier. And then for the dubbing, I'm just using this muskrat, but feel free to use whatever you want. Again, it's a dry fly, so something not too super absorbent, but Alan used a lot of possum, Australian possum, nice little spiky dub, but pick what you'd like. You kind of want enough space there at the front. I don't know if I did enough, or that was a long shank hook in the example, and I don't have that there, but the fly turns out as okay, but feel free to play around with that. I'm going to put another two biots in here, and again, kind of on the side, and the reason why I thought of the dubbing ball is because here it's it's easier to keep them splayed apart because of the dubbing there, so you can kind of just lash them on and make sure they're sort of even and on top of the hook, and then tie back towards the dubbing, and the dubbing will help keep them spread apart. And then it's just sort of positioning. I don't know whether this whether it really matters in super detail exactly where these biots are, but you sort of get two forks here, the forktail. I'm going to tie the Cree-ish leaning hackle in. This is rooster hackle, of course. So I've stripped some bare stem and a little bit extra on the side, that I'm going to wind to. So it winds onto bare stem initially, and then the brown in here. And I keep those stems long and wrap them in. I'm going to cut them just where I'm going to stop with the hackle, and therefore using the stems to kind of create an even playing field for the wrapping of the hackle. This UTC thread flattens very nicely, so just trying to keep it all, this platform nice and level here. Going back and looking through Small Stream Reflections, Alan's blog, and remembering, some of those amazing posts that I really enjoyed, made me think about some other blogs that are no longer active, and I won't give away which one, but or at least right now. But I did go to another favorite, and I found a cool fly that fits in this Appalachian Smoky Mountains theme, and that'll be in my next video, and I'll mention that blog, which was a great blog. And so yeah, just tie off that last hackle, finish it off. That's your Smoky Mountain Forktail. It's a little bit of a view from the top. You can see the fork tail and the fork wing. Alan tied him a little bit flatter in some of his, but feel free to play around with it. It's a good fly. Take care, and thank you so much. Bye.